Alright guys, I was about 19 years old when I left Galveston. I went to Salina, Ohio. This was my wife way back when. She was probably 18 there because I turned 20 in Salina. We moved in together shortly after her 18th birthday. That's my motorcycle. We lived, this here's West Bank off of Grand Lake St. Mary's. And we lived right here in this house right here. This here was going into the house right here. See, and this is the back of the house right here. This is where we live, West Bank, in Salina, Ohio. That's the West Bank of Grand Lake St. Mary's. Okay, but let's go to the next one here. My son with Chuck Norris right there years ago. Okay, that's my wife's sister right here. We're at our apartment right here. This here was, I believe, was in Bell Fountain, Ohio. Okay. This right here. Yeah, I think all those, yeah, this is Bell Fountain, Ohio. This is Bell Fountain, Ohio. That's Angie Martin, her brother Jason. Okay. That's Mary Jane Vine Burroughs, Tuttle, Moore. That's how many times she's been married, man. Boy, she looks a whole lot different today. That's Jason Martin right there she's holding. Angie Martin and J.C. Martin. Angie, she's yeah, I'm thinking that's probably still the apartment in Bell Fountain before we actually ended up moving to what was that, Clay County, Tennessee, Hermitage Springs. This here's the apartment in Bell Fountain. That is Kayla Lynn, my oldest daughter, about 25 years ago. That's her right there. This here's back in Salina, Ohio. See, I'm about 20 years old there, okay? I turned 20 and 21 living here. There was this is our house off of West Bank there in Salina, Ohio. West Bank, Grand Lake, St. Mary's. Okay? See the Monte Carlo set in the background? There's a good friend, that's Devon Gonzalez, okay? That's me right there. Again, like I said, I might have been close to 21 there because when I went to Los Angeles, I know I had this watch on, this gold watch today. The heroin addict thought he could just rob me, but they got a look at a 9mm that day. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, but, hey, that's that motorcycle right there. Osmos Wood Preserving Incorporated. That's my van, my truck. See, that's me standing right there. See, I wasn't always old, people. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, let's see, I don't want y'all to see that. Yeah, that's Mary right there. That's me and Linda. Linda coming in. This is the porchway to the back of the house there on West Bank Road. That right there is Mike Vine. Boy, he looks a lot different today. That's Mary. That's Mary again. See, right there, I'm probably maybe 19 right there. I might be 19 right there. I'm in Salina, Ohio. I came from Galveston, you understand? I left Galveston with $8, quarter tank of gas, and a quart of oil. That there's after I made it there, got a job, been working for a while, living there in Salina. This here is a police uniform jacket that I actually got from my brother Billy before I left Galveston, and he is dead now. Okay, he was a security guard. That's how he got that. Mike Vine. It's Niagara Falls, guys. It's Niagara Falls. Now, I was 21 here, okay, because yeah, I'm pretty sure I was 21 there because I was already traveling the country. And I was carrying a gun already. See, 1991, I was born, and for 1990, I was born in 66. Oh, hell, I was what, 23, 24? Yeah, I was 24 there. Damn, I done got old. See? Yeah, that's me. I'm about 24 right there, I reckon. I'm up there in age. Angeles, California. Y'all see that? Los Angeles, California. Just to point y'all out. Yeah, I was 23, 24, I reckon. I think I was 23 because my birthday's in November. But I know I was carrying a gun here because, let me tell y'all something. That ain't no fun in Los Angeles. I had the worst district of all. I worked in the Atlantic Street Station District. It was horrible. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. There's that motorcycle again. There it is. See, Los Angeles, California. This here's the lifeguard headquarters. South Bay Division of the Department of Beaches, Los Angeles County, County of Los Angeles. This ain't the district I worked or the district I lived in. When I got there, they told me to live in the district that I worked, and I worked, what the hell was the name? Inglewood. Okay, Inglewood, was my main district, Inglewood. Okay, right across from the Los Angeles Forum. That was a horrible place, man, let me tell y'all. That's my oldest daughter, Kayla, now, when she was first born. See her right there and all the stuffed animals? You couldn't really tell it there. That was such a good picture. Now, what happened to all these pictures, guys, they all went underneath the flood of Hurricane Ike, okay? So, I really wasn't able to save even nowhere near what I had. I lost most everything, okay? This here's after she was born, 1991. See, in Rhode Island, when I took my leave of absence, my wife was already pregnant with her. We didn't know she was pregnant with her yet, but when I kind of quit my job in Rhode Island because, man, it was too expensive there in Rhode Island. I didn't like it. So I came and quit and came back here, and probably should have just paid my dues with that job because I'd have been rich today. But, you know, young, dumb, full of cum, we make bad decisions. This way it is what it is, and that's just the way life works. See, there's my wife right there. This again, we're in Saline, Ohio. It's the front room of our apartment there on West Bank in the house in Saline, Ohio, okay? Right here, I moved in there when I was 19 years old, okay? And I think we moved out when we was like 24, 23, somewhere in there. Okay. This here's my oldest daughter after she was born. We went to Ranches Pass where my dad was at. Where my dad's dead now. And this is when my other daughter was being born. And my dad and my stepmother had to take care of her. But again, you see the pictures was destroyed for Hurricane Ike. They went completely underwater. We lost everything. And we was able to salvage very few sentimental things, and very few. Okay. Now again, this is before we left Saline, Ohio. This is in that front room again there in Saline, Ohio. See that pistol right there? See, I carried a gun around with me. I did. I was bad. I was a young badass, man. See, that's before y'all had y'all's constitutional carry, you fucks. Okay? This the gun I actually had to fucking use this shit in Los Angeles, man. Motherfuckers coming at me, man. Y'all have no idea. Hey, gun right there is, our place in West Bank there in Saline, I believe that is. Okay, now that, we was on Siouxland Lane in, I believe, Lafayette, Tennessee, Lafayette, Tennessee. Yeah, Siouxland Lane in Lafayette, Tennessee. That's where we was at right there. I recognize the place. This we had moved on to a street, I believe was Haley Street in the same town, Lafayette, Tennessee. We moved into a house. I forget the name of the street there. Right. That was a pretty nice house we lived in there. I know that. This is at their Aunt Mary's house and Uncle Marty's house outside of Westmoreland, Tennessee. This is in Arizona. The last time my wife went to see her mom. I got her a plane ticket and sent her up there to see her mom because I knew that time was coming around. This is my son Joseph. When he was just a baby, he always wanted to do what his daddy was doing, was working with the tools. This is Mary's son now. This is years later at my wife's mother's funeral. This here is my wife's sister's son, Holden Tuttle. That's Marty Tuttle's son, the guy that owns the General Lee. This is his son. That's Linda's extended family there, my wife's extended family. This is the house I lived in Hermitage Springs, Clay County, Tennessee, where we bought it, on the acre of land with it. The man that I shot in the front door when I went to jail and the police asked me where the gun was, I told them it was on the TV. It was laying on this TV right here. This is the TV that the police took the gun off of when they took me to jail. This was the house we had. Okay, now this was before they had self-defense insurance. I worked my ass off every day, 16 hours a day, to have some prick come start some shit that I finished, and it ended up costing me this house, the land, a whole lot of stuff. Okay, but you know what? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Now I got self-defense insurance. Okay, that's back in Arizona again. Now this is my daughter, the oldest one. Wanted to see her for prom. That's her, and this is the other one that just got arrested. My two daughters, the oldest one and the middle child. And Joey, my son, is the youngest. And that's the oldest daughter for her prom. And then this here, I believe, is her when she was a little kid. This is going back years again, because there's, y'all remember the one I showed you, Mary's son Holden Tuttle, at my wife's mom's funeral? That's him right there when he was a kid. So now we went back years ago. Like I told y'all, there he is again. That's Holden Tuttle right there. That's that grown-up boy. This here is at his mom and dad's house, I believe, in off of Rocky Mountain in Westmoreland, Tennessee, I believe where that is right there. Years ago. Now this is years later again, back here in Galveston. My two daughters not wanting to do what I told them. This here is the mother of my wife before she died. This ain't a year or so before she died when I sent my wife and my other daughter went by plane to visit her. Okay, I paid for my wife and my daughter paid for herself to go and visit. And they're going to visit the older brother that's going to be there too. Okay? Now, this is the last time my wife got to see her mom alive and the last time she spent with her.